Marty and Sean, they're awesome. Charlie does a great job with sex toy bingo. Although you didn't get that pegging stuff.
No.
I made a mental note to steer clear of the girl who won it. Oh, let's be honest. If a really attractive woman came up to you and she said, for all this, all I got to do is be able to peg you. How could you resist, right? Well, I was married once. I think y'all know that. I hold really no ill will towards my ex-wife. You know, no hard feelings. We had 2 great kids together. And I don't have to call her a selfish, cold, money-grubbing, two-faced, lying, dirty bitch cunt of a whore, but I do anyway. So, anybody, I caught crabs once. Anybody here catch crabs? Anybody? Oh, come on, somebody's caught crabs. Well, I caught mine off the pier in Newport, Oregon with a dead mink. You've caught crabs off the pier in Newport, Oregon? Very nice. So my brother has 3 nipples, which is 1 less than the rest of our family. We always used to make fun of him when it was cold out because his t-shirt would hang weird. So I recently heard more fun food facts for you. I recently heard that watermelon has some of the same properties as Viagra in it. So if I come walking at you with a raging heart on, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm attracted to you. It just means I had watermelon for lunch. Right. I also recently found out that no matter how much you like a girl, it is still illegal to stand outside her bedroom window and masturbate.
How'd you find that?
All right, well, one time I was working in Casper, Wyoming. I worked at Casper Mountain Motorsports, and every day we'd call out for lunch, and it was my turn to go get it. So we called for Chinese food, and it was a little drive away, so I waited about 10 minutes and I took off. I get there and walk up to the counter, and I said, I'm here for the food order for Casper Mountain Motorsports. And she looks at me and she says, no, you come too soon. I said, who you been talking to? Listen, I didn't even know this was that kind of place. I'm just really excited about the Chinese food. Well, then she squinted at me and got a little puzzled look on her face and went back to the back and got this huge Chinese guy. He must have been like 5'4", 165. He said, you wait outside now. We'll bring food out. All right, who here is into rough sex? No, nobody, huh? Well, I must admit that as long as pinching, biting, hair pulling, stuff like that, maybe a little spanking is okay, but I draw the line at the choking thing, all right? So if the coroner report says autoerotic asphyxiation, go find the bitch I was with and arrest her. I said no. So I had an interesting childhood. I grew up in Vivian, South Dakota. I don't know if any of you know where Vivian's at. Huge town, like 90 people. We had 7 kids in our family, so we were pretty much a tenth of the population. And we had some really strange characters in our town. We had a guy, an old drunk guy. He used to lay around, sleep on the sidewalks and everything like that. And I don't know, he wasn't on any sex offender list, but he always told us he'd give us money if we'd go in and show the bartender at the local bar what made us a man. And I never did quite understand that. I don't know, does that qualify to be put on the sex offender list? Is that too much or what? He just really wanted her to see her dick, so I don't know. So we also had a girl in that town who used to do dirty things for cigarettes. She used to strip for cigarettes. We'd give her cigarettes and she'd strip and she'd stick things in her pussy and stuff like that. And now even to this day, I think the same thing. Why aren't all girls like that? I always have cigarettes. Thank you all so much. That was my time. Have a good night.